I have an Excel file open, and this is an example of a user file that you can play with and import. The first row in the file lists header information, the first name, last name, user ID, password, and then an empty column E. I've created 5 user profiles, guest 6 through guest 10, and I've assigned a password 0 to each of those users. And I've set column E to Y for yes, because we'll be activating the reset password on first login. Next, I've opened TG and I've gone to the users module, and I've created a test1 folder, and I did that by right-clicking and selecting new user folder. I gave it a name and I called it test1. Currently that folder is empty, and I'm going to be importing our Excel file sample into this folder. Next, we're going to import our Excel file sample into the folder called test1, so I've highlighted that folder. Next, I go up to File, Import, Users. That'll present me with a window that allows me to select the test file that I created, so I click Open, and then displays a table with my users on the left and fields for assignment in the column on the right. So I'm going to map the information on the left to the information on the right, beginning with the first column. And the first column is first name, so I double click on first name under fields for assignment, followed by last name, followed by the username, followed by the password, which in the Excel file example that I've attached in your email, we set the passwords to 0. Double click on password. The remaining parameter is the reset password parameter, and that column is highlighted, so I double click on reset password. Click next, finish, and I have 5 records that have been imported under the test1 folder. If I highlight an individual profile and then go over on the right under the login tab, you'll notice that the user must change password at next login has been enabled. So when this particular user, guest 10, logs in, they would log in as username guest 10, and their password would, in the example that we've provided, would be 0, and they would click login, and then they would be prompted to enter a new password.